Hi, so this is again a little bit of a different tutorial because it's not Daisy and the Scouts. I'm done doing guitar for Daisy and the Scouts right now. I do want to thank Leah for posting about this channel on their Instagram. Thank you, that's pretty cool. If you don't follow Daisy and the Scouts on Instagram, go do it. I know this is irrelevant to the song, but another cool band. If you like this song that I'm about to transcribe, you're probably gonna like Daisy and Scouts too. So this song was requested by that one emo kid, and I just got to it today, and it's a really fun song, and yeah, I hope you enjoy it. The first time that I had to transcribe a solo for this channel, so let me know if the editing works. I'm really bad at remembering things, so remembering a solo from back to back is really hard, so I kind of just like learn segments from it. That doesn't work, I'll figure out what to do. If it doesn't work for me, then whatever, but this is how you play the song, so let's get to it. Okay, so this is how you play the song. There's gonna be a lot of cuts. I'm trying a new editing format here. The very beginning is just the G chord, or the power chord, which is this. For those who don't know, the power chord is the bass note plus the fifth and the octave of the original note. So it's just like, it's like the bass note, but like very extreme and very intense. There's something in my head. So, the beginning of the song, oh my god. Anyway, is. So what I'm doing here, and this is stuff that I already talked in other videos, this is called muting. So you play this. It's pretty much you kind of like not pressing all the way into the notes, but kind of like laying your hand on top of it, and it creates this sound. Okay, so the riff is a lot of notes built up together, but once you get it, it kind of makes sense. So the first note is G, as it was the intro chord. So you play that, and then you go, and then, so on the lowest string, fret 3, 3, 3, and then on the second string you go, okay, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, 4, 3, 1, 3, 3, 2, 1. And then on the lowest string again, 3 again. So. So for those who love notes, it's G, G, and then chromatic, B flat, B, C, D flat, C, B flat, C, C, B, B flat, G. It doesn't make a lot of sense, it's just a lot of passing notes, but it sounds cool. So all together, put together, sounds like this. Okay, so the verse, the bass is playing the intro riff, and the guitar is kind of like not doing much. It's mostly not doing anything but giving accents. So there's, on this part, there's like there's 8 measures total. So the guitar comes back in the end of measure 4, and then in the end of measure 8. So it's a little tricky, the timing, but like once you get it down, if you heard the song enough, you probably like have it down when it starts. So the riff is the same riff at the beginning pretty much, but it kind of like a little play over it. So the first riff that she kind of like comes into accent will be this one. So how it looks like is the end of the riff. So is on this string here is fret 1, and then fret 3 on this lowest string here, and then you come back to the string under it and you go. So that's it. For those who like notes, B flat, G, G, B flat, B, C. So okay. And the other accent is in the very last. It's the riff again, but this time a little bit changed, just a little bit, just enough to confuse you, to keep it on your toes. So this time around it works like this. So and this string here, 4, 3, 1, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 3. So it's just a little bit different from the intro, the ending of the intro, but it's just not that different. But just keep in your guard when it comes in. Remember that's a little bit different. There's an extra note there, and then there's a pre-chorus now. So it's in the beginning was right now. She's not playing a power chord. She's just playing this note here. So it's. To the chorus. Okay, so the chorus, there's a lot of chords. Chorus. Anyway, the chorus, there's a lot of chords. Don't be afraid. They're not hard chords, they're all power chords, but there's a lot of them, and they kind of change a little bit. So it starts with an E flat power chord. So that's on this string here, sorry. On this string here, it's the 6th fret. So. And then you go to a G power chord, which is on the string here, the 3rd fret. And then you go to a C power chord, which in this string here is the 3rd fret. And then you go to B flat power chord, which is in this string is 1 fret. And then you repeat again. So on this string here, 6th fret. On this string here, 3rd fret, and this part is a little bit different, so you go twice as fast, so you go 3rd fret, 1st fret, 8th fret, which is an F power chord, 9th fret, which is an F sharp power chord, and then you go to the 5th fret, which is a D power chord, and you kind of stay there until the chorus ends. So all together, it sounds like this. So for the second verse, this one's a little bit more, it's a little bit longer. The first part, you play the riff, the intro riff, as if it was the intro riff normally. So again, kind of looks like this. And you kind of repeat that over and over again, and then it cuts, and only the bass is playing. On this part, you don't do the mid riff part that you did in the first verse, but you do the last riff part that you do in the first verse. So you join in forces again. Oh my god. you join in forces again with a song when you go back to and then it leads to the pre-chorus again, which is the okay. So this first part, when the solos start, there's a lot of like what's been playing. It's like a little like details on it. So she comes into the solo with this note here, but she just doesn't play this note. She kind of slides down into it. You can probably hear the in the beginning, like when she starts playing. It's a very good way to like make a note more interesting when you're soloing. Kind of just like go into it in like a different way instead of just playing it directly. So this is what she was doing. So that's on this string here, this note here on this string. Play again this note. And then on this string, sorry, I forgot to say. You play fret 3, fret 5, then you slide. And then you go back to the note you were playing before. So all together. Then it goes to this note here. But the thing about this note here is that she is, I don't even know the name of this technique, but she's playing 2 notes and she's sliding. This is the note she's reaching, and in this string under it, she's kind of sliding into it, so it has this sound of like being out of tune and then being in tune again. She uses this a lot throughout the entire solo, so this note here, it's on this string here, 13th fret, and on this string here, 16th fret. And then you slide from this note here to this note here to this note here, and when you play this note here again, you slide on it again. So and then you play this note here on this string here, that's the 10th fret, 8th fret, and then on this string here, 11th fret. So all together it kind of sounds like this. Then in the same fashion, she does a slidey thing here on this last note here, this last string here on the 15th fret. So she slides into it. Her finger is on this note here, on the string below it, on the 18th fret, I think. It's an F. She's playing an F. That's what she's doing. And she slides again. And her finger's there because that's the next note she's gonna play, so without the bendy stuff, the notes she's playing is so 15th fret. I think it's almost more useful for me to say the name of the notes. So G, F, E flat, D, and then she played those 2 notes here together, and then this note here on this string here, and this note is a C, and then B flat. So all together sounds like this. We're almost done. Now she's doing, she slides up the 15th fret on this string here, the G So, and then she goes down to the F, to the 13th fret, and then she's pull off, I think that's the name of the technique, and then down to the 11th fret, to the E flat, and then she plays this note here, which is a C. This string here is the 13th fret, so she goes back to the E flat, the 11th fret, and then she lends into this F here, which is the 13th fret, from this B flat, so she goes, and then she plays the 14th fret, which is an F sharp. So all together, sounds like this. My Apple pen fell. Sorry. So more slidey stuff. So here she's sliding again. Is that same technique she was doing before? But she has her finger pressed on this two upper strings here. So what she's doing is sliding, playing, sliding this two and playing this one here. So it sounds like this. And then since her finger's already here, she's doing the then she slides up. So, sorry, I forgot to say the notes. So she's kind of lending into this A note here, and then playing this D note here. And her bottom finger is in the G on the 12th fret on this string here. So, and then with this finger here, G, F sharp, G, slides to an A, and then G, F sharp, or, you know, like 12th fret, 11th fret, 12th fret, slides to 14th fret, 12th fret, 11th fret. And the last three notes of the solo is also sliding into the note from underneath, and it's sliding into first a D, more specifically this one here. So you go from fret under it, again this is the 15th fret on this string here, so, and then you slide into F sharp, which is here, but you're sliding from the fret under it, which is, so you slide from the 18th fret, and then the last note is the G, and you slide from this, the note right under it, which is F sharp. So make sure you're tuning the slide-ins, because if you don't do it properly, it won't sound good. I don't do it that much, so it's a little tricky for me to like adjust it, especially because I play mostly on a different guitar. So the string tension is a little bit different, so it's hard for me to like navigate that. So get used to it if you want to play the solo. She does a lot of bendy stuff, so you got to tune it properly. The last chorus, is the same as, you know, the other choruses. Because the difference here is that she repeats twice. So when she's repeating, she doesn't go to that long D chord here. So she goes from the to just start over again. And the ending doesn't have any guitar, so don't worry about that. That was Take Me Away by Freaky Friday. Again, thank you so much for the suggestion. Let me know what you all want to hear next. I will learn solos depending how hard they are. This solo is manageable. And yeah, let me know what you want to hear next. And this was actually a fun song to transcribe. So yeah, see you next time.